Please stay with us.
To a large extent, the problems we have on the teachers' issues. And as the gentleman said, various, other, avenues are also available to look at. But I would like to share my own experience as governor in Kaduna State when it comes to the issue of addressing problem of teachers. There is one fundamental issue of the different strata of education. The basic primary education constitutionally is a responsibility of the local government. And you will find then therefore that even the state governments are therefore responsible for secondary education. And I find out that there are some local governments in my state then that after paying the salary of the teachers and paying their own salaries, they have nothing left because of the number of public schools in their local governments and the number of teachers. So the primary education is the foundation. Once you lose that level, then it becomes a problem. So we had to enact a law to allow the state government to financially contribute to support primary education. And then we took a decision then in order to encourage people to go into teaching in primary schools that every level, say for example a teacher that is at level 7 will have 5% increase in his salary over and above any other civil servant in the state, just to attract them. Then we came into the issue of salary increase nationwide, which the state did and other states have also done. So then you come to the level of the secondary level education up to the tertiary levels. So I believe this framework that has been developed will assist to a large extent. And then the private sector, they are doing very well because with the private sector, they have, the opportunity to be able to support teachers on the basis of the quality of what they are offering to the citizens. And parents decide, where to take their children in consideration, and then considering their also financial position. So I believe we are going in the right direction. And also, the private sector and the development partners are also assisting. Only recently, I had meeting with the chief executive of General Electric, who are now major private sector investors in this country. And one of the policy that we have agreed with them is that they will now partner in educating Nigerians in the area of their specialty, which is mainly in the area of power, transport sector, and health. And also we are having various other, only last week, I commissioned a factory in Ogun State. And that factory is a global industry, P&G, Procter & Gamble. And they have a special program to support education, particularly in the area of teachers, etc. So with this reform and with this new look and a new intervention, we believe that we will transform this position and achieve our objective in having teachers, that will be able to provide the services that require teachers, that they will not go to look for marriage and the ill-law will ask them to go and look for other professions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well, the Vice President highlights, obviously, public-private partnerships, the funding issues around education, and the solutions that are being tabled with government engaging with the private sector. Alex, let's bring you in here. And just looking at one of those initiatives is the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, where enterprises commit 2% of their profits before tax, and Professor Abanya earlier was saying that has resulted in billions being given into the education space. Can you see light at the end of the tunnel, more initiatives of this stature?
Yes, I think we are making some progress, even if it's slowly. Like she said, the fact that we are sitting down to discuss it in the first place means that we want to put it on the front burner. But we can do a whole lot more. Yes, State Fund can help. But I think listening to even the Vice President, you can see that there is something fundamentally wrong. If you leave primary education, which he rightly placed as the most fundamental in terms of how the child grows up, and you leave it in the hands of local governments. And I don't know how many people know my interaction with local governments is that most of them need to get serious. A lot of states, and Honorable Minister was once a local government chairman. I think people need to learn from what he did when he was a local government chairman. But seriously speaking, most states today don't have local government elections. All they have are transition chairman, transition committee. They are not well funded, and sometimes when the funds come, the state governors will take half of what is supposed to be sent to the local government and send the other half to the transition committee chairman. And that's what is happening in Nigeria today. So when you leave education, primary education, in the hands of local government who are ill-prepared, some of them not very well educated.
Alex, you've obviously touched on a sensitive point because we've got rumbles again in our audience. If you'd like to conclude your point, and then I'll hand over to the Honourable Minister who wants to come in.
All right. So the point I'm raising is that we need to rethink the system that leaves primary education in the hands of local governments. And what the Vice President did when he was governor of Kaduna State should be replicated in the whole country. Because if you get it wrong from that initial stage, then the chances that you correct yourself somewhere along the line are very, very slim.
Minister. I think I will support Alex to the extent that if we are being serious about basic education, obviously it cannot be under the within the purview of local government. And if we think that we have local government, we don't have local government. What we have are appendages to state government. There's nothing like local government. Of course, I've said so severally, because in a situation where somebody is elected as a chairman, who, during his campaign, he did promise his people that if you vote him in, this and this he was going to do. Then getting there, he sees a different thing. What's the different thing? Take, for example, government employees assign the staff to local government. The chairman of local government is not aware. Two, at the end of every month, just like what Alex said, I've seen most local government cannot even have 2 million naira to run the local government. I know of a particular state and a particular governor. Then, in fact, because not just that.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You see,
Minister, your point well made there, obviously.
so like I said, not just I was chairman of council, I was the president of Algon. So I knew what was happening. There's a particular state, and the money comes,